Hey everybody, good evening. Crypto J, how's it going, man? Oh, you know what? I got to tell you something. What a day we had yesterday with the Bitcoin spot ETF getting approved. And if you notice, I did not have my live stream of all days. I had dental work done. So I couldn't talk. So I was like this all day long from like 4 o'clock until like this morning. I really literally could not speak. I can't even speak now. So of all days for that to happen, but hey, you know what? We're here tonight. That's what matters. You guys are here, and what really matters the most is that Bitcoin spot ETFs were approved by the SEC. And man, you know, that's just going to be awesome long term for crypto. We didn't see, well, it didn't translate anyway so much. A little bit it did into altcoins, into Bitcoin, and there was a push early on, and then it sort of chilled out. So I'm expecting this to be, like that slow and steady kind of thing going on. Once people are made aware of it, people are getting involved. Maybe they're researching Bitcoin, figuring out what the hell it is all about, and then getting started. And I want to say, first off, hey, Crypto J, I'm glad you're here, man. If you're watching, put it in the comment section or in the chat box. So if you see me drinking water, it's because I want to keep my mouth moist and stuff. Dental work just sucks, but whatever. I was really stoked to finally hear about, even though we had the day before. Don't you love how I do spontaneous lane changes in my conversations with you guys? I'll go from one thing right into something else. It totally like, who needs turning signals? I'm just gonna go get out of the way. Even though on Tuesday we had this really, I don't even know what to call it. They say it was a hack for the SEC on Twitter. I don't, something about that just smells a little fishy to me. Sometimes when we have if you ever notice, whenever we have like certain like catalysts coming up or certain events that are going to happen, something weird just, seemingly benign, seemingly really unimportant, just pops out of nowhere, unexpected, which kind of throws a little bit of a monkey wrench. So I'm not going to speculate, but I just thought it was a bit strange that all of a sudden on Tuesday afternoon, was it Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. It comes out that, hey, we've approved the Bitcoin spot ETFs. And then very quickly, within a matter of minutes, it was just, we were compromised. And the Twitter was investigating all this stuff. And if it's actually the way what they say it is, it seems kind of strange that something as powerful as the Securities and Exchange Commission, who was designed to protect us, can't even protect themselves by even just enabling two-factor authentication. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. It's beyond my pay grade, but who really cares anyway? Because we did get the approvals, all 11 of them, and this is kind of some exciting times, guys. And so what we're going to do, and let me know that you're here, is I'm going to just get us set up here because I want to take a look at, we're going to take a look at the markets and see kind of where we're at right now. And I'm just kind of moving us over. We're going to go over to CoinMarketCap here, take a quick look. You know me, I like doing this pretty much every single time we do a live stream. Let's take a look. All right. Fear and Greed Index was 74 earlier today. It's at 73. That's interesting. And we come over here to Bitcoin. Let's just click on Bitcoin, take a look and see where we're looking. Wow, that's really interesting. We're dropping a little bit, but this is the 1-day chart. Wow. Today's the 11th. It is the 11th. Look how we started up here really high earlier in the day and then whoosh, all the way down here. That'll have to take, I'm curious. I want to see what that's about. If you know kind of, if there's something that I missed for it to come down like this. I mean, which really is not really that major, but it's, big enough. But if we zoom out and we go to the 7-day chart, we can see kind of where we were, and then this started going up. Yeah, right. Beginning, and then all of a sudden really started to take off. Big dip here. I think this was when the catalyst came out. This big dip right here down. I think that's what happened, and all of a sudden we started to rise. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then, yeah, and then we're here, big, massive jump here, and then we're going back down again. So, you can never predict. Remember, you can never time the markets. We say this, we don't want to try to time the markets. It's time in the markets. That's an old, if you guys have been around stock, you know what I'm talking about. So, you know what, but I'm not really worried about this long term. And actually, what I want to do here is I'm going to just do this really quick, guys. And I'm going to skip over here. You guys get to see kind of what I have on my homepage, by golly. All right. So we're going over here to Crypto Bubbles. Fun little website. You guys know I like this website. And so let's see what's happening. 28%. This actually right here was up 45% earlier today. But 28% is nothing to sneeze at. If you're looking at some of these crypto projects, 12%, 10%, some are 2%, some are lower, some are higher, but we're really starting to see this kind of come back a little bit. So this just gives us kind of an idea of what's going on right here as we speak. And again, I'm not worried about it. So I just wanted to pop in and just show us that. Now, as you guys know, I'm going to move this back over here a little bit. Oh, wow, nice. We got some people popping in. I love that you're saying here, awesome, Crypto J. I'm gonna pop that in there in a second. So this may be controversial, but I don't I don't care. I do care, but I don't at the same time, is that the majority of my portfolio is alts. I have very little in Bitcoin, to be honest with you, and very little in Ethereum. I'm focusing all my energies on that 10, 15, 20x gains that are coming, not to 2 or 3x. Now, I'm hearing analysts say that Bitcoin could go up to maybe 100,000, 200,000 this next bull cycle. That would be huge. That would be massive. And Bitcoin would go up past, 10, 15,000, something along those lines. But, that's great. And that's what maybe, even if, let's just say for let's meet in the middle, 150,000. We're talking maybe 2x gains going on right now with Bitcoin versus 10, 15, 20x in these low cap, right? Low market cap, fairly low supply, high utility crypto projects. I think this is going to be the bull run that's going to focus on artificial intelligence, but Web3 gaming is going to be massive. I think that's going to dominate. So those are kind of just my thoughts, that I'd rather put money into the altcoins as opposed to, and let's be honest, unless you have a Bitcoin or 2 Bitcoin or whatever, I mean, is it really going to be working for you? Is it really going to be worth you aping in to Bitcoin when altcoins you can really see substantial gains? I feel anyway. And as we know, 10x gains are what we should be looking for, is what our goal should be, minimum. And I keep saying this over and over and over again. I'm like a broken record, but I'm not going to apologize for it. When we invest into a project, we're investing money that I know everyone says, oh, just put in invest money you can afford to lose. But I also want to make sure that if I'm investing money into a crypto project, that I want to win too. You know what I mean? So it's doing your research, it's doing your due diligence, it's, not going into FOMO, because we know FOMO is a mofo, right? And FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, of doubt. And we see this a lot with one news catalyst or one event just rocks the entire markets. I really wish that we would be, as a crypto, as retail investors as a whole, a little bit more resilient when it comes to dealing with FUD. FOMO, I think, they're both very powerful emotions, right? We never want to invest emotionally anyway. And those of us who've been in it for a little while understand that. But we all started off like, oh crap, I got to, invest in this, or I got to invest in that because it's going to go higher. Well, you don't know that. So it's really necessarily, yes. So I'm going to stop what I'm saying. So Crypto J, if you guys are watching and you're reading his thread, he's like, I don't have much BTC. I just use for gas fees. That's really all I have ETH for. I have really no use for Ethereum. It only does for gas fees. Now, I like the other chains, AVAX. I like where you can transfer crypto from one to the other, and you're paying, like Cardano, half of a Cardano, or something that's so nominal, as opposed to these astronomical gas fees. None of us, I have no interest in doing that. So my focus is on paying as less that I can for the cryptos, because I don't want to, and these exchanges, they make their money off fees as well. So yes, you have Ethereum gas fees, but if you're on Coinbase, if I can talk right, there's transaction fees, unless you become a Coinbase One member. Now, I'm not promoting Coinbase One. However, I am a Coinbase member, and if you are have a high volume of transactions you're doing on a monthly basis, it may be worth your while to take a look, because it's like $29 a month, $30 a month, rounded up, right? As opposed to, and you can do pretty much all transactions are free up to John, who's our blockchain member. He's not here tonight, but John, if you watch this, we miss you here, man. He stated that it's up to, the transactions are free up to $10,000 in that month. So if you're doing $10,000 worth of transactions, that's free. Now, for most of us, that'll be fine, but if you're going to go higher than that, just understand that. But still, $30, if you were to spend $10,000 a month doing transactions without being a Coinbase One member, man, I'd hate to see how much you're paying for that. It'd be crazy. So that's an option. I don't know if any other platform offers anything like that, but not a bad idea to look at. So I'm going to take a look here. Yes. Okay. So now, I like what crypto's saying here. Everyone should. Now, again, none of us are financial advisors. If you're a financial advisor and you're here, let us know that. But what Crypto J is saying is, I take profits from your, and this is one way of doing it, from your alts and put it in your Bitcoin until you have enough to retire. That's one way. I actually do it reverse. So if I'm making profits on my Bitcoin, I take that out and put that in my alts. Because every single one that I have, every altcoin that I have is geared, it's allocated. I know when I'm taking profits. I know when I'm dollar cost averaging every single one of them. So I have a plan for every single crypto that I'm doing. Now, if you're making profits, you want to put it into Bitcoin, may not be a bad idea, because we got the halving coming up. That's the next huge catalyst coming up. So that's something else to be aware of. Now, someone on Facebook dropped some hearts, and I appreciate it. Now, I can't see who you are, so I'm sure when I go back I'll be able to see. But if you are here and you are watching, add to this discussion. Let's see here. I'm just kind of looking up now and scrolling up to see for weeks. I mean, what you need to look for is selling final high. Oh, at the channel. So this is where, for me anyway, guys, I and everyone has their own thoughts about this. I am not an expert in charts, okay, in technical analysis. When a double, all the double tops and when this and the resistance. Well, resistance and support, you kind of need to know some of those things, but technical analysis is very important. Again, when we're looking at cryptos, we want to look at TA, we want to look at the fundamentals, right? Now, Bitcoin is the granddaddy. It's that's it, right? It's the king of the cryptos, like Godzilla is king of the monsters. Well, crypto, I guess you could use that same thing, right? Bitcoin is the king of the monsters when it comes to crypto. So you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, which are the two blue chips, if you want to look at it that way, and then you got everybody else. And you've got Web3 gaming, you got blockchain, you got artificial intelligence, you've got, Launchpad, you name it, it's out there. So I want to kind of steer back to really what this means and get your feedback of the approval for these spot ETFs. So a lot of people, I think, are intimidated by crypto. I think it's, especially if you're an older generation, you don't want to have to deal with setting up a crypto exchange, doing all the KYC. Then you got to figure out how to put money in it. Then you got to whoop all coins. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to setting up an exchange, setting up a wallet, buying, selling, converting your crypto without losing it, right? Saving and having seed phrases, and then having your passwords and two-factor authentication on everything, and hardware wallets, software wallets. I get it, man. I totally get it. So having a spot ETF, right, on different platforms makes it easier. Okay, you just go in. I want to buy this much, bang, and then it's there. All right, and the fees they've been having a bidding war with fees the past few days. Who's going to be the lowest for fees with these ETFs? I'm not sure who the winner is, but everyone's fighting for that top position. So I think that's a huge catalyst to get people involved in crypto. Maybe not necessarily in altcoins, but maybe they just want to have a position with Bitcoin. So this takes away a lot of the work of going to I would say decentralized. But yes, you're mainly getting your crypto on a centralized exchanges, and then you would be encouraged to move them off of these centralized exchanges onto a wallet. By the way, make sure you guys self-custody. You have software wallet, hardware wallet. I use Tangem. As you guys know this already. Now, by the way, I'm not being paid or sponsored. I use this. I have Tangem myself. I don't know if you can see it or if it's upside down. Let's try the other way. There we go. That's better. So this is a great wallet. It's inexpensive. You get 3 cards, because remember, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So the price you're going to pay for a set of 3 cards, which is basically where your wallet is half the price, a third of the price of some higher level wallets. If you use my code, if you go to tangem.com and you type in the word Dojo, D-O-J-O, you're going to get 10% off of these cards, off of this wallet. It supports thousands of cryptocurrencies. You can go on and you can check it out. I mean, Karate Combat, it has that. You can support that. I think they're also at some point going to have like a staking part of it coming on. So there's going to be a lot of things happening. These are only $69 US for 3 cards. They have a set of 2, but forget the 2. Get the 3. You use my code, you get 10% off. It drops down, $62. So enough of that. So with the spot ETFs, it also opens being approved. Now, as we've been seeing, it opens the door for other possible applications. Yeah, well, crypto, I agree with you. So you're saying better to buy Bitcoin and store it on a cold wallet. I get it. Me, myself, because you got to think of, are these ETFs, and if you guys know the answer, let me know, are these ETFs transferable? I would think not. If you buy an ETF on, like, say, whatever your account is that you have, are you able to transfer that to a cold wallet? I don't think you can. If it's like anything else, you really can't. You're kind of stuck there. So I agree. For me, I would never buy crypto on any of these other platforms. Not a Robinhood, certainly not. And Webull is funny too, because in the very beginning, Webull was offering crypto. You could buy crypto. Oh, cool. However, you couldn't transfer it off their platform. What the hell is the sense of buying it then if you can't trade? Because I'm going to buy and get rid of it. Any crypto that I buy that I'm not actively trading, it's gone. It goes to my wallets. And I have a few different wallets that I have, so not everything's all consolidated in one shot. So, something to be aware of and look into. I would much rather, for me anyway, buy my crypto on a Coinbase or Binance or any of these other centralized exchanges, and then as soon as I get it, it's gone. All right? That way I don't have to worry about something happening. And if you're buying these ETFs on these platforms, again, if you're not even able to transfer it out of there, to me, it's like, what's the sense? Maybe there's some hoops. I'm going to look into that a little bit more because I really want to find that answer. I haven't gotten one yet, but I agree too. And I would much rather do it that way. But again, you're also talking about what generation are we speaking to? Now, I'm gonna disclose myself. I'm 53, right? I know I don't look a day over 35, but whatever. So, but you get a generation before mine, okay, which is going to be, or would it be after, before me, right? So now you're getting people in their 60s. They're not going to want to deal with that unless they have a younger person in their family or whatever that really can guide them and help them through it. It is a lot of moving parts, and it can be intimidating. All right, come on, we're all used to this. It's a piece of cake for us. We're so used to it. But try to do this to your parents. Try to do this. Try to get your grandparents involved in it, and try to convince them that crypto is a valuable or a viable investment option. Now you can say that it is. When someone says, "Well, crypto is blah, blah, blah," well, it kind of is, right? So that argument is now gone. But I could see how, if you're an older generation, that an ETF, it would be what you'd want. It's just simple. It's just an easy way of getting involved in crypto. You may not even know what the hell it even is about, but you're maybe being advised by your financial advisors or whatever. I have some water here, guys. To maybe add some to your portfolio for diversification. Diversification? Did I say that? Diversification. There, that's better. Anyway, so that's something that I think is a huge benefit for an older generation, and I think it's going to help give crypto more of an adoption. Now, again, everyone has their own strategies, and as long as it works for you, it doesn't matter. For Crypto J, hey, taking money out of your alts, putting it into Bitcoin. For me, I'm going to take profits from my Bitcoin and put it into my alts because for me, I see a higher return than on Bitcoin. Now, if you got a lot of Bitcoin in there, you got the halving coming up, you may want to sit on that or maybe allocate some profits that you're making and roll it over into some select cryptos. Now, how many cryptos should I have? Now, I'm kind of switching gears a little bit. I'm thinking if you're investing maybe between $5,000 to $10,000 in crypto, that's what you have, right? Your grandmother left you that, or you had an inheritance or whatever. Here's $10,000, whatever. I would say probably no more than 5 to 6, 7 crypto projects tops investing in. And the reason that I say that, and again, this is just my opinion, is that if you are, let's say you have 10K and you have 20 crypto projects that you have, you really got to look at what kind of a return are you going to be getting on your investment, all right? Because you're spreading yourself out so thin, like you can only buy so much of this and so much of that. So you have that, and also trying to keep track of your investments, of where everything is at, because that becomes a full-time job. For me, I don't want to work that hard. Now, at one point, I had like 12 I was involved in 12 crypto projects. It was a full-time job for me, and I was like, right? You miss things, you go for a day, you can really get fried. If you have, like, say, 10 grand you have to invest, pick 5 or 6 or 7. Put some in Bitcoin, put some in Ethereum, pick some high-quality altcoins, okay? Low cap, to me, is the best, with a lower circulating supply or overall supply, depending, and you got to look at their unlock schedule and, go through that stuff. You got to do your research. What's their utility, right? What's their use case? And maybe put some money into that. Now, if you have like 25, 30K you can invest, well, maybe that might be something more. Now you can add maybe another 10 more cryptos, or 5 to 7 or whatever, and jack that up to maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 cryptos if you have that amount that you have allocated. Totally up to you. But coming back to Bitcoin and what this also means for the crypto market as a whole, I believe that this sort of really ushers in the bull cycle. We had in the summertime, over this past summer, we had XRP won their legal cases. That was, I think, the beginning of it. Now, with these spot ETFs being approved, I think that really catapults us forward even greater. Then we got the halving coming up in a few months, right? In April, May, we got the halving coming up. So we have that to look forward to. So there's a lot of things that are going on with crypto, and it's really important to, just make sure you're staying on top of things. Go to, make sure that you're in whatever crypto you get involved with. Make sure it's, you're not being scammed, because that's going to be something else. Be careful for that, because we're going to see a lot of that coming out. Scammers are becoming very sophisticated, using artificial intelligence to kind of make you do things that will get you wrecked. So we saw this with Charles Hoskinson. So the video came out where he was actually doing a video. Well, it wasn't him. It was a generative AI. And then we also saw it with the president of Ripple. And that was being put out over YouTube. So be very careful of scams, guys, when you are getting involved in any crypto project. But I really feel that what's going on here with Bitcoin is now going to spread into Ethereum, into Solana, into other crypto projects, applying for, now that Bitcoin has gotten approved. You watch. We're going to be seeing Ethereum. We're going to be seeing all these other blockchains and projects coming out for spot ETFs. We'll see what happens. I don't know, but now there's a precedent. Now there's a precedent set where these crypto projects are now, Bitcoin has been approved. All these other ones have to do is maybe follow the same roadmap and put in their application. So we're going to have to see how it goes. But that's kind of my thoughts so far. Anyone have any questions or comments they want to add? I want to scroll up here and see what's going on. It's nice to see everyone, even if you are... Yeah, I'm just kind of looking back. So, what was I going to say? See, I knew I was going to do that. I have so much in my head that it's just crazy. So I hope that, whoever hit that like button the third time, thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I wanted to come on while I could speak, and now that I could, and just, really see what's... Oh, well, hello there. So anyone who's watching, if you can see the chat, my wife is actually chiming in. Well, hi, honey. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for popping in. You should be asleep. So check this out. I'm doing this while she's here. This is, I don't know what, Mrs. Crypto Dojo. I don't know. But anyway, so my wife is at this event, and she gets up super early. There we go. And she got up a little bit earlier than she expected, like 3:30 a.m. this morning. And so I am really impressed with her ability to function throughout the day. And so I'm glad that you're popping on. So we're here in Florida. She's like 3 hours away from me. So I'm glad she said hi. We're a family channel, guys. This is what we're about. So, we love having people come on here. Thank you, Crypto, for saying hi to my wife. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Having some water now. Oh, my goodness. So, if you're watching this after the fact, after I post this, I want you guys to ask any questions you like, any feedback, or anything you're not sure about. There's tons of videos about, goes into specific details with ETFs and things like that. Not really my focus for tonight. My focus is more of like thinking long-term, like what the vision is. Again, if you have Bitcoin, great. If you don't, then it may be something to consider. But again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to do that for yourself. Never listen to anybody. When it comes to your money, when it comes to your investments, then you can get people's feedback, but inevitably it falls on us. And we have to be disciplined, and we have to be patient. And we got to be careful when we're investing in any crypto project to do our homework, guys. You're going to get friggin' wrecked if you don't do your homework. Don't fall in love with any crypto project, okay? Sometimes we get now, for example, I'm a Cardano holder. I've been since the beginning of 2021. I really like Cardano. I think the project is amazing. I like Charles, even though he likes searching for aliens, but hey, whatever. But again, you got to stay tuned in to what's going on. Is there any catalyst going on, positive or negative? Have the fundamentals changed? What's going on is, you really need to sit back and be impartial, because again, we are here inevitably. Yes, we are here because we value decentralization, and we want the fact that everyone should have the right, the ability to create their own financial freedom. But we also want to make money too, okay? I know a lot of crypto projects shy away from the 3 letters ROI, right? Return on investment. And a lot of these Discord channels, and I'm going to be curious to see if they loosen up, that's a big no-no. You can get kicked out if you start talking about, what's the return on investment, blah, blah, blah. Because everyone's been so afraid of the SEC, like dropping the hammer. Well, I think we're seeing a shift in this, I don't want to say power structure, but we're seeing a shift in a mindset, because now this right here, the approval of these spot ETFs, has now opened a lot of floodgates. And I think the SEC is going to be having a lot of problems if they're pursuing certain cryptos and everything else. And I'm now looking over here. Can't wait to see how high these alts will go this year, possibly in 2025. Yes. So I think when alt season really hits, I really think that we're going to start seeing a lot of things happen in the second quarter, third quarter of 2024, and into 2025. I think that now remember now cycles last for now we were in this bear cycle for about 2 years, since November of 21. You can argue that we're still in it, or maybe we started coming out of it. I really haven't seen anyone saying that we're full on bull cycle right now. So if that's the case, then we've been in it for about 2 years. Now, how long does a bull cycle last? A year, year and a half, right? Something along those lines. So that window, it's just finding out when we're hitting it. Now, again, people buy Bitcoin, then they buy Ethereum, and then it goes into the alts. Okay? So depending on how you feel about that, maybe you want to focus more of your money into your altcoins. All right? I'm a big believer in staking, by the way. All right? Proof of stake coins. I have a lot of my cryptos I'm staking right now. My V chains, my Cardanos, my H bars. What else? What else do I have going on? I don't know. I can't remember. But those are the three that pop to mind. But if you have, you have your Maddox, and you have all these, and we haven't talked about the ISO coins, right? We haven't really concentrated on them yet. I want to do a video about them, and we'll do a live stream about those projects. But I think by this approval happening today really opens the floodgates for everyone else to do applications. It wouldn't surprise me within the next month we see ETH, Ethereum ETFs. That would be interesting. And Ethereum was really up today. They were pushing it. So remember, a lot of times when you have, and I'm switching gears now, when you have low cap altcoins, all right, 30, for instance, Shrapnel, game that's not even out yet, up and coming. I am very bullish on this project. All right, very bullish. I have Shrapnel in my portfolio. I also have AVAX, right? It's on Avalanche Smart Chain or Avalanche Chain, C Chain. I think projects like that are like $60 million, low circulating supply, has more opportunity to grow quickly as opposed to a Bitcoin or an Ethereum. Yes, they can, but I think low cap altcoins with a tremendous utility, great use case, it doesn't take much for them to go 10x, right? Even if it's just for a day. Today we saw a crypto project go up 45%. 45%. So if you're a day trader, you're loving life, right? You really are. So these are just kind of my random thoughts about where I think things are going to be going. I do believe, in my opinion, it's my opinion only, that this right here will start to really, we're going to start seeing that slow and steady progress. Bitcoin's going to be going up. Ethereum's going to be going up. And then altcoins will be starting to rise. We saw it already a little bit. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. And I'm going to have another sip of water. If anyone has any questions or comments, put it in the chat box. Man. But yeah, yesterday was totally bummed. I couldn't talk for anything. It was really gross. So, and of all days, I was saying it to myself all day yesterday. I almost thought I was going to try to do it, but I couldn't even talk. My mouth was all jacked up, and I was like, man. All right, I'm just going to have to do it tomorrow, so I'm here. Normally it's a Wednesday, but I figure I'd do it Thursday. So, anyway. But if no one has any other feedback, questions or comments, anything that you want to add, you can always put it in the comment section below. And also, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Without you, there is no me. There is no channel, right? It's, we are a family. We are all friends here. And if you want to know more, you want to know more what's going on, you want to get deeper into the rabbit hole with crypto with me, join our Blockchain Explorers membership program here. It's $3.99 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. And we just did a video, a goal setting video for this upcoming year, how to set smart goals for crypto. There's a PDF you can download. I've got another video coming up. A lot of things are going to be happening. I've got two real amazing videos in the works that I think everyone's going to really enjoy with our live streams. And I'm going to really jack up the level of what we do on our channel this year. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you're a part of it. Thank you for being here. And remember, here at the Crypto Dojo, crypto never sleeps. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And honey, thank you for dropping by. Get some sleep.